It is time for money power politics, and the president is once again escalating his fight with the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell. The president and several of his allies put their hard hats on and visited the central bank today to survey the headquarters renovation they say has gone way over time and way over budget. But that visit took a sharp turn when the president and Fed Chair Powell began to publicly spar over the project going over budget. Watch this.
It looks like it's about $3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1,
3.2.
This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's
So
not new.
That actually happened today. Back with us tonight, Steve Liesman, CNBC senior economics reporter and veteran Washington correspondent John Harwood. He's a distinguished fellow at Duke University and a columnist for Zateo on Substack. Steve, what is your reaction to that exchange? I had to find it in 4 different places to prove to my husband that it was actually true. Real time, Jay Powell puts his glasses on and says, yeah, that's a third building that was completed 5 years ago.
Okay, Stephanie, can we take a second just to acknowledge that we just saw the president and the Fed chair in hard hats at a construction site arguing over the cost of it? Let's just stop. And I don't know where that comes from. I don't know what novelist or science fiction writer or whatever dreams that up. I believe it's undreamable. I think it's just actually amazing that it actually happened. The president is wrong. It didn't just come out. The document that I believe he cited is from December 2024, when the Federal Reserve put its budget out. At the end of that document is a listing of capital projects, including changes to capital projects. And included in that are 3 buildings, not the 2 buildings in question, which is a single line item, which did go up by something like $600 or $700 million, but it wasn't 3.1 or 3.2 billion. I'm just still trying to process what I just saw and think about the things that matter for this country and the fate of the union. And I'm sure this is not one of them.
And that's kind of the thing, Steve. That document came out in December. And going over budget, yeah, that stinks. That's a problem. People don't like the way the government spends money. But even the way the president did it and busted out that letter wasn't even true. John, what's your take on that exchange?
Just came out.
Right. Look, Donald Trump is trying to govern by shakedown. He wants to dominate other people, and he wants to get something from them. So he just shook down Columbia University for $200 million. He shook down more recently Paramount for $16 million before a deal would go through. And now he's trying to pressure Jerome Powell into cutting interest rates. The whole bit about the cost overruns at this construction project is not remotely plausible as a reason for Trump being there. The whole reason Trump is being there is to try to make a show of putting pressure on Jay Powell. And you got to give Jay Powell credit. Unlike many people who are knuckling under to Donald Trump, Jay Powell's not doing that. And he corrected him in real time. And to be fair to the others who have knuckled under, Jay Powell's got some power over the president, because if Donald Trump fires Jay Powell, the markets are going to punish him. And we've seen that when the markets punished him over tariffs, he had to quickly reverse course. So Trump's trying to see what he can get away with. But I suspect that Jay Powell is going to be pretty steadfast on this.
And the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, has said publicly and privately he doesn't want the president to fire Jay Powell, but he did speak about the future Fed chair nominee last night, and I want to share what he said.
We will probably be announcing the new nominee either December, January, and from that point on, the markets will be listening to the future Fed chair.
Steve, what do you make of this?
Well, I mean, it looks like Bessent has kind of talked the president down from the idea of firing with the idea that maybe you can nominate him relatively early. It's not crazy for December. He would have to, he would have to go through Congress and get approval from the Senate. So maybe it's a couple months early, but not crazy that it would be done in December. The problem would be a Fed chair nominee who would be out there expressing his or her views on policy. That would be a problem. And just real quick, going back to the document we're talking about, to defend the president, if you look at that document for a minute, you can get confused as to the total price. But if you spend another minute or call the Fed and ask them for explanation, which you would think the president or his minions could do, you wouldn't be confused anymore.